Welcome to today's presentation on the top 3 reasons to use WordPress as the platform for your next website. Hi, I'm Greg Jameson with Web Stores Limited. And before we get started with today's presentation, I just want to spend a minute telling you why it is that you should even be listening to me. To start with, I've been developing award-winning software since 1985 and creating Internet applications since 1995. I've won the Colorado Small Business of the Year and have been listed on the Inc. 500. I've also been named International Developer of the Year and have been creating e-commerce solutions since 2002. Recently, I wrote a book called Grow Your Online Sales, which is available at Amazon.com. Now, over the years of building websites and creating software for my customers, I've heard many common frustrations, including things such as, well, I can't update my website, or I've got to get my webmaster to do that, but it's going to cost me a lot of money. No, I just hosted my website. Or, I don't even have a website, and I'm not really sure where to even get started. It's too hard to update my website, and so as a result, I haven't touched it in months. I don't know how to add pictures to my website, or I can't sell things on my website. But all of these things do have a solution, and that is to utilize a database-driven website. These are often called a CMS, or a content management system. Now you might be saying, what's a content management system? And basically, it is software that typically requires a systems administrator or a web developer like Web Stores Limited to set it up and add features. But its primary purpose is to be a website maintenance tool for non-technical people such as small business owners. Okay, that's great. I can add my own content, edit my own content, but why WordPress as a content management system? Isn't it just a blogging tool? Well, that's what the conventional wisdom is, and that as a result that there's more appropriate platforms when you need a full-featured content management system for business use. But that conventional wisdom is unfortunately outdated, because in mid-2010, WordPress released version 3.0 with what they called custom post types. And as a result, there are now very few, if any, good reasons to not use WordPress. WordPress continues to evolve, and as of this recording, we are on version 3.2. Now we're going to talk today about 3 reasons why you should use WordPress. There's actually many, many good reasons for picking WordPress. But we're going to talk about the top 3. And the first one is ease of use. Now the original developer actually used his own mother as the test person, reasoning, hey, if mom can use it, anybody can. And this concern remains a high priority. I'm going to actually show you an example here of the ease of use of WordPress by uploading and inserting pictures while adding and editing pages. So let's jump over to our browser. And you can see here that we have a demonstration site. Looks like a gardening site with kind of a fall theme. And what we want to do is we want to add a new page over here under the menu right after services. So let's jump over to the dashboard or the administrative control panel. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the menu that says Add a New Page. Now when I add a page, the first thing I need to do is give it a title. So I'm just going to call this Winter Tips. And I can put in anything I want to in the text area here. What I'm actually going to do is fire up a text editor and select everything in here and copy it. And then just paste it into my online editor. You can actually, with WordPress, copy and paste things directly out of Microsoft Word, for example, and other word processing programs, which you can't do with all content management systems. And you can, of course, format things inside of here. I can bold the text and maybe make it be a little bit bigger, for example. Maybe I even want to change the color of that text, make it be kind of a darker color here. And then right here at the beginning of this second paragraph, I'm going to go to Upload/Insert and click on the icon for an image. You can actually upload and insert music files and other things, but we're going to add an image, and we can do this from our computer, from a different website on the internet, or from our media library of images that we've already uploaded. But unlike a number of other content management systems, we can add the image directly from our computer and upload it in one step. So I'm going to just choose from computer and hit select files, and if I look at this first image here, we can see that it's a large image, 1440 pixels by 1080 pixels, taken with a Canon PowerShot. I'm going to choose that and let it upload this full-size image directly out of the digital camera onto the server. I didn't have to go into Photoshop or some other image editing program to make the file small enough that it's visible on a web page. Instead, I just choose it right out of the camera. And you'll notice it says crunching, and what that really means is that it's building a series of images from the full-size image. So it's automatically creating a thumbnail image, a small or medium-sized image, a large image, as well as uploading the full-size image. So you can see here that we have a choice. I'm going to choose medium image, which is only 300 pixels by 225, and we'll left justify it, and insert that into our page or post. And there's the image. Now the great thing is that this is now a small image, and so your visitors to your website don't have to have that long download time of a large image to display on their screen. So it looks good right from there. As I said, we want to put this page out here at the end of this page, so I'm not going to have a parent page here. I could choose to have this be a sub-page of another page if I wanted to. I'm just going to have this be right off the main menu, and I'm going to make it be order number 9. Put it at the end of this page. That's really all there is to it at this point. I can simply hit publish, and essentially on a single screen here I have created a page, I've uploaded an image, inserted that image into the page, and built the menu item all simultaneously. If I jump back to the front side of my website now and hit home again, or refresh the page, whatever I need to do to update this display here, I can now see that I have a page here that says Winter Tips. And if I choose Winter Tips, then the page that I just created is displayed. It's that easy with WordPress. Let's go back to our slides and look at the second reason why you should pick WordPress. And this is a biggie. You don't have to start over if you decide you want to change your website. You can make your website look like anything you want without losing any content. For example, this website here utilizes a particular theme. And themes are what controls the look and feel inside of a WordPress site. And some themes have fixed images and fixed layouts and so forth, and other ones are flexible layouts and flexible images. This particular theme was used on this website as well. And you can see here that we've got a header image with some menu items below the header image. This site was also built utilizing the same theme, and in this case we have a header image with the menus breaking up the header image and a completely different look and feel. In this case, again utilizing the same theme, we now have the menus down the side rather than across the top, and in this case we have the menus above the header image. So lots of flexibility when you are building WordPress websites, all without losing content. You can have shopping carts as part of the theme. But the point is, you can make a WordPress website look like anything you want it to look like. It doesn't have to look like a standard blog, as you can tell from this particular image. So let's jump back to our browser again and take a look at how we can modify this particular layout to look different. We have this fall theme going on, but we just put a page in here about winter tips. So let's go and create a winter look to this particular site. I'm going to jump back to our dashboard, and I'm going to change a few colors. Simply go to our theme. We've got some options here for colors. The site background color is currently kind of an orange color. Rather than that orange color, let's make it be more of a wintry looking color. We'll have kind of a blue-gray color here. And I'm going to turn off the rounded corners, and we'll update those settings. Now, in addition to the color, I'm going to change the background. And rather than utilizing a color background, now I'm going to actually put in an image for a background. And so I'll just upload that image right off of my computer onto the server. And then I'm going to change the header. We currently have this header that makes it look like a fall theme. And we will change that to a winter header and upload that. We could all obviously choose from some of the standard headers here as well, but typically you'll want to utilize your own graphics. So with just a few mouse clicks, we have changed the website so that rather than it looking like this fall theme here, if I now refresh this page, we have changed the look and feel of our website to make it be a winter looking theme. Again, it's that easy with WordPress. Now, the third reason to pick WordPress is that it has the most pre-built plugins of any other content management systems. And this means that you can do a lot of really cool things without having to pay for custom programming. There are over 10,000 plugins that are available. And the reason why there's so many is that WordPress is what's called an open source system. And in addition to the source code being open, it has hooks in there where you can build plugins to extend the functionality of WordPress. And as a result, thousands of developers all over the world have done this. And if you can't find a plugin that you are specifically looking for, WordPress has the capability for you to edit the plugins as well. So if you know how to program in PHP, you can actually take a standard plugin and customize it to do exactly what you want it to do. Obviously, if you're watching this particular presentation, you probably are saying, "What? I don't know how to do that." But that's where Web Stores Limited comes in. We can build custom plugins and we can edit plugins to make them do exactly what it is that you're looking to do, and then the back-end system is very easy for you to manage. So let's take a look at a couple of plugin examples. As I said, there are over 10,000, and so choosing between all of these plugins and making sure that they work well and that they play nicely with each other is a job that takes actually building many different websites in order to determine which ones are the best. And that's one of the things that WebStores has done. Let's start out and take a look at an email plugin. I'm going to jump over to this website, and you can see that we have over here a widget on the left side bar that says subscribe to our newsletter. Now this particular form here for subscribing to the newsletter is actually utilizing the Constant Contact email application. There are other plugins that work with MailChimp or even built-in WordPress email options. Perhaps you want to have a form that is got more information in it than a simple subscribe to newsletter form. Let's take a look at another website here, and we're going to choose request for quote. And this particular form has some more information in it, including the now common CAPTCHA, where you have to go in and enter in some random words to make sure that you are a human and not a machine that's trying to enter in this form. But these forms can actually be as complex as you want them to be. For example, we can have a full-blown employment application form on the web with a number of different sections to the form. A portfolio, or a gallery of pictures, might be another interesting application to have as a plug-in. Let's go to this website and choose Portfolio with the menus on the left. And this is going to display for us a series of images representing the work of this particular company. And you can see that there are multiple pages here that you can choose from. But you can also just click on an image and it displays a larger version of that image over the top of the existing page. And then you can scroll down to the next image, or you can close this out. So portfolios are a good plug-in application. A calendar or event plug-in is another fairly common type of plugin that you might want to have. And we can go over here, for example, on this website, and you see that there is a menu item that says Calendar of Events. And these events can be any number of events with a whole series of information, including the ability to put code in there that links from an event back into a shopping cart, for example, if you're charging for that event. And this has got a whole bunch of events in here, so let's just go ahead and jump back over to our presentation. And Google Analytics. One of the really cool things about WordPress is that by default, it works really well with search engines. If I come over here to the dashboard of this site, we can see that we have Google Analytics actually built into the back-end dashboard. This is really interesting. This low point here is where this site was a previous site and it was a rebuild, and as a result of making it a WordPress site, you can see that we're actually getting more visits on the website than we previously were. Again, part of this is because WordPress works out of the box very well with the search engines. There are some other plugins that you can put in that will allow you to extend the search engine functionality even more. But in this case here, we can see exactly how many visits we've had, how many page views, and as a result, the number of pages per visit. as well as what the top search terms were and who the top referrers were. So in this case, of course, it was Google. We can also have a YouTube embed plugin. And this is an interesting thing to look at because in some cases we can just embed a single video into a blog, for example. And let's just take a look at the blog here, which on this site is called Angelic Wisdom. And this is another great thing about WordPress is you don't need a separate blogging platform. Since WordPress started as a blogging tool, the blog software is built into the content management system, and it has a built-in RSS or real simple syndication feed as well. So you don't need to do anything else other than to just go ahead and start blogging. And you could put a YouTube video inside of a blog, but in this case here, we have a menu item called Video Blog, and what we've done is we've actually embedded an entire YouTube channel into this video blog page so that you can come in here and look at all of the different videos that have been posted on this YouTube channel. Column layout is something that is difficult to do with many different website tools, but something that people frequently like to do. And we have a plugin called Easy Columns, and you can see here obviously in this portfolio that these are laid out in columns automatically, but you can put in content into columns on any page if you want to. For example, on this home page here you can see a nice column layout. We had that on our demo site here as well. On the home page we had some nice columns laid out here. So that's a very easy thing to do with the Easy Columns plugin. You can, of course, with the advent of the custom post types, now have a full-blown e-commerce shopping cart in your website as well. Let's take a look at this website here. It's a popcorn website. And you can see that we have a widget on the sidebar here for one of the flavors of popcorn, as well as some products for sale right on the home page. Something that we recommend that you do is have products for sale on the home page. But we can also choose the shop menu item. And when we do this, then we can go in to the store and see all of the different categories that we have defined. Since this is a popcorn site, we can see that there's candied popcorn and chocolate popcorn and cheese popcorn and so forth. Let's go ahead and choose candied popcorn, and that will display for us all of the products, all of the flavors in this case of popcorn that are available in the candied popcorn category. He's got lots of different kinds of popcorn in here. You can see there's actually 2 pages worth of this. I think there's over 57 flavors of popcorn. We'll go ahead and choose one of the first ones here, black cherry candied popcorn. And you can see that there's a price range here, and that depends upon the size that you want. So if you really like black cherry popcorn, you can choose extra large, add that to the cart. Full-blown checkout features with different shipping options, payment processors, and so forth. So again, we can now have a full-blown e-commerce shopping cart as part of our WordPress website. Now, some plugins actually require even more database issues than a shopping cart might. And I'm going to show you a couple of examples of that. The first here is a publication archive. And in this case here, Applied Control Equipment sells remote automation valves. So you might have a gas valve up in Wyoming and you want to automatically close and open that from an office in Denver. if I'm one of these customers, I might be looking for a part here for an ROC 800, a remote operation controller. And what Applied Control has done is built an entire library of PDF files relating to the ROC 800. So you can see that there are a whole bunch of different publications here that their users can now go in and download. And this might be software to update their various computers, or it may actually be PDF files that have been uploaded. Another type of database intensive plugin is one that we developed for the Puppy Pal, and here you can see that we've got the option to search for different types of professionals. We can search for breeders or veterinarians, different kinds of services and so forth. Let's just choose groomers as an example. And what I want to do is I want to look for a groomer. Maybe it's a particular type of groomer for a specific breed. Maybe it's just any type of a groomer in a particular city. I'm going to choose Littleton, Colorado, and go out and find all of the groomers that are listed in Littleton. Now there are thousands of data records in this database. Neither myself or my client has built a page for every one of these businesses. But one of the great things that we did by building a custom plugin for them here is added in this view ratings and comments selection here. So for example, Annie's Animal Clinic, if I click on view ratings and comments, what this does is it dynamically generates a page for me specifically for Annie's Animal Clinic unless one already existed. If one already existed, it would show me that. Since one didn't exist here, it built it on the fly, and now as a customer I can come in here and I can rate Annie's Animal Clinic, put in any comments that I have about the business and why I would want to do business with them. So a custom plugin to do that type of a situation. Another custom plugin that I'll show you here real quickly is one for a decorating style quiz. And what this does is it goes in and asks the user a series of questions. Go ahead and say, let's click here to get started. And it's going to ask me some things like, what's my favorite color? And what shade of that color do I like? And so forth. And basically, I'm not going to answer all of these questions here. There's about a dozen or more. But based upon all my answers, when I get done at the end, it comes up and says, these are the types of colors that you like, and this is the decorating style that best matches your needs. Now let us help you get started type thing. So all different types of plugins. Again, just about anything you can think of. So a quick recap of what we've talked about today. WordPress is easy to use. It started as a blogging software, but it has become the most popular content management system on the web. With it, you can make your website look like anything you want. WordPress sites don't have to look like a blog. And the third reason is that many readily available components are out there, supported by a huge developer base. Since mid-2010, WordPress can really be extended to do almost anything you can think of. With that, I'd like to conclude. If you need more information about WordPress, Web Stores Limited can provide installation and site development, custom plugin or plugin modifications, as well as training and support. Feel free to call us on our 800 number at 877-924-1414 or visit us at webstoreslimited.com. and I thank you for your attention today.